Satan is a liar. He is a destroyer, a thief. He brings only deception and death. Satan cannot create life. As with all angels, this power was never gifted. Sin cannot create life either. Sin is an action, a transgression, not a being, and as such, as stated, cannot create life. Only God can create life. Only God created all life, all the beauty in nature, all the splendor, all the wonder. For if there is a design, there must be a designer. To have things made, you have got to have a maker.
You can't have a creation without a creator. Show me a building that didn't have a builder. Show me a painting that didn't have a painter. Show me a painting that didn't have a painter. Show me a painting that didn't have a painter. Show me a painting.
It is truly astonishing, the diversity of life and the beauty of nature that God created for us. God created every living thing, everything that creeps on the land, swims in the sea, and flies in the firmament above us. From the largest of all living things to the smallest bacterium, His designs are flawless. Look at us. Look at the human eye, the complexity of which is so wondrous, so perfectly designed. The intricacy of the cellular tissues and structures of blood vessels, fluids, and muscles, everything working in harmony with each other, allowing us to see the beauty of God's creation, the marvel of His mighty hand. The eye is created with such irreducible complexity, it is truly a revelation into the masterwork of God's awe. God created all of us in His own image and in His likeness. We are individually created by God and loved by Him. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You are special to your Creator. You, me, everyone ever conceived. We are all part of God's plan. God told us,
"Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you."
Every child is precious. Every child is a gift from God. Every child is God's creation, and every child is formed by the hands of God. Look at the human eye, so perfectly designed. The eye is created with such irreducible complexity. It is truly a revelation into the masterwork of God. It is truly a revelation into the masterwork of God.
Show me a painting. Show me a painting.
Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. I knew you.
That didn't have a painter.
Satan cannot create life. Sin cannot create life either. Only God can create life. Only God.
To have things made, you've got to have a maker. You can't have a creation without a creator.
Mr. Comfort, Ray, if I may, is absolutely correct on his conclusion. If something is made, there has got to be a maker. If there is a creation, there must be a creator. And if there is a painting, there must be a painter. Let's take a look at some of our creators' lesser-known works, some of our painters' paintings. He probably would have preferred to have kept in the studio basement. There are those who would say that mankind's sinful nature is the cause of such genetic anomalies and the suffering and despair caused thereof, not God. These same people will tell you that because of Adam and Eve's disobedience to God less than 10,000 years ago, we, as their descendants, are subject to an imperfect world created out of ancestral sin, out of original sin. But once again, sin is not a spiritual being. Sin is not an entity. Sin cannot think. Sin cannot create life. Sin cannot manipulate genetic code. Satan, on the other hand, is a spiritual being. Satan can think. Satan is many things and can do many things, but he is not a creator of life. He, in fact, is himself a creation. He cannot animate the inanimate. He cannot bring forth life out of dust. Can he tinker with our chromosomes? Possibly. But only with God's permission, only under God's authority. In other words, we can draw two conclusions from these two possible arguments, these two scenarios. Because of the fall of mankind, God removed perfection from the earth. As part of this divine decision, he also personally chose and still chooses some children, some human beings, and even some animals, for that matter, to writhe through life, to live a life of pain and sorrow by disfiguring them in the womb, by manipulating their genetic code upon conception or shortly thereafter. And by doing so, ensuring that each of these children, each child, from its first breath, if it is fortunate enough to even draw one, to its final exhale, will never be able to fully enjoy the beauty of their Creator's creation and the gift of being created whole. Or, God has given reign to Satan and his minions, his legions, over this earth, and has granted him the authority to manipulate what God has created, not only on a cellular level, but on a molecular level as well, and not on a general or global scale, but on an individual basis. Each plant, animal, you, me, your child, your neighbor's child, your Creator has authorized Satan's ability to twist, to taint the original perfections in nature, including the beauty, which is our physical form, the things that make us human, the things that make us created in God's image and to his likeness. There are those who would say that although we do not understand why such things happen to certain people and in nature, God does. Everything was created by him, for his pleasure, and for his glory. Our painter does not need to reveal to us all things created, nor why. All we need to do is trust in him and know that everything will work out according to his divine plan and to his own ends.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God is still creator, and God still has this world in his hands. You were conceived in the mind of God before you ever conceived in the womb of your mother. God fashioned you. God shaped you. God made you when the genes and chromosomes came together. It was not because of some random chance. And if you are not some genetic accident, if you are not some biological mistake, if God created you, God cares for you.
Show me a painting that didn't have a painter.